Hello my loves, welcome back to the Magnetic Mystic podcast. I am your host Molly Ruby-Coco, and if you are watching this on YouTube you'll see that we have a video. We're playing with video, we're doing it. And as I was setting up to do this video, I'm just diving right in as I always do. As I was setting up to do this video today, I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do all of this? And literally just sat with myself for a minute and was like, you have a camera, you have a microphone, which hopefully you can hear me. Why not just turn the camera on and start talking? It's exactly how I film my podcast. So normally I record my podcast on my phone and I speak into the bottom of my phone into a voice memo. And when I first started my podcast, that was really easy. And now I'm like, do you know what? I want to up the production value a little bit. So here we are. And as we sit here and just yap for a minute, I just want to talk about what's been going on in my life for the last maybe week or so, although it feels like it's been about 3 months since my last episode that I put out, because I am going through a quantum shift right now. I can feel it in every fibre of my being that this is happening in real time. I am noticing how I am recalibrating. I'm waking up in the middle of the night just wide awake. I have noticed things are starting to drop off. Things that for example, foods that I would eat, and I literally said to myself, I was like, I want to eat more high vibe food, less processed food, and suddenly I'm like, I don't even like eating it. It's wild. Opportunities are starting to present themselves to me even more. And what I'm noticing too is patterns that I had no idea were still running the show. And this is why subconscious freedom work is so good, because it was just this complete gateway into what I thought was my reality in a more sort of optimal state. And actually I really went into this undercurrent of what was actually going on for a pattern in my life. And this is the thing with subconscious work, is that you don't know what you don't know. Which is why navigating into the subconscious takes specific ways and means of doing so. Actually bringing these things to the surface. Because the point is that you don't know you're doing them. They're unconscious. And so in my literally genuinely just sitting with myself and being like, why is my body feeling this way? Why is my nervous system activated from a circumstance that had happened? What is it that I'm making this mean about this situation? And as I started to contemplate these things more and more and more, I started to notice a pattern of how I relate to my resources, which is incredible. And it was just this light bulb moment that I now cannot unsee, of how I was relating to things outside of me. When we know, and if you know this work or any kind of self-development work, it's an inside game. Inside that then we put out. So, and especially, when we're talking about being in the frequency of your alignment and coming from a place of just pure soul expression, that, especially with the nervous system being activated, it's almost like this needle of oh no, oh this way, oh that way. And as we play, we get more and more, and then the needle's and then if we veer off, we bring it back. And that's literally what was happening for me, is my entire reality and everything around me is reorienting because I am literally in this like liminal space of a quantum leap. Like, and the thing is, I've experienced a quantum leap before. I didn't know that's what I had experienced, but I have experienced this before. So quick sidebar story time. Back in 2020, which if you know, you know, so many of us experienced some big things back in 2020. And a lot of us experienced awakenings in 2020. What I experienced was a quantum leap, and I had no idea that's what I had experienced until a friend of mine literally told me the other day. I was like, oh yeah, this happened to me in 2020, and she was like, that's a quantum leap. I was like, oh, I had no idea. So essentially, like literally one day I woke up and suddenly I couldn't bear the thought of drinking alcohol anymore. I literally like quit smoking like that, and I went vegan. And these were all things that I'd wanted to do for a really long time. I'd wanted to stop and change all these parts of my life, and actually I literally just woke up one day and I was like physically repulsed by like all of the things. Like I remember sitting in my garden, and I was on like a Zoom call with my work colleagues at the time, and we'd all been like told to stand down at work, and we were all sat in the garden, like in our own gardens, on this FaceTime, and we were all like, should we have a drink? And everyone was like, yeah. And then literally poured myself a drink. I took one sip and I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, no. Put the drink down. It was the same with smoking. I remember I was like, I'll buy a vape. I'll buy a vape to quit smoking. I literally probably had the vape, I don't know, a week before I was like, absolutely not. Like, I just literally put it down, never picked it back up ever again. And it was the same with being vegan. Like, I've been dabbling with it, playing with it, doing veganuary for a few years. And then one day I was just like, oh, I'm done. And this is me kind of sharing like my perspective of what this can look like in the 3D when you are changing something and you are literally moving into a new timeline, is that something that you once did and perhaps enjoyed as well. Like, I mean, at the time, my gosh, like cheese pizza, like, come on. And this is the thing, like, obviously now, like, cheese on a pizza is a far cry from my experience, but that's okay. I'm cool with it. It's fine. But the point is that it literally just changed. It literally changed overnight. And I noticed my reality starting to reorient. And that is what is happening with me right now. Is I feel way more like locked in on what it is that I'm building, what it is that I'm here to do. You keep hearing me speaking about it, about like who I'm here to serve and what my mission is here. And the more I lock into that and the more I'm sitting with that, the more I'm like watching things literally that are no longer aligned falling away. And the quantum leap that I had back in 2020, sure, was huge. It really was. But this one is next level. Like, it's next level. Like, every single part of me is just moving. And what I noticed yesterday, as I was sat with this and this realization that this is what is happening in real time, I literally sat with myself and I called myself out. And I was like, you have been giving your power away to this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing. And not from a shame place either, not from a, you've done this, me. Like, from a, we need to get real here, babe. Like, this is where you've been giving your power away. and you feel depleted because you're still giving that energy to all these external things, when actually, if you remember, it's an internal game. So I literally sat with myself yesterday and I was like, we got to cut the shit in the most loving way possible. I was like, babe, I love you so much, but come on, like, we got to really think about this now. And honestly, I was sat there and I just could feel like this, just like energy, just like coming back to my body. I felt way more clear. I had way more clarity. I sat and I looked at my finances and I was like, let's get real here. Let's look at the finances. And even that, like, I was like, okay. There was no panic. There was no fear. I just looked at it and I was like, these are the numbers. This is what we're playing with. This is what we're moving. This is the debt. This is the goal. This is what we want to do. And it's all okay. Because in this moment, right here, right now, I'm safe, I'm held, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. All of these things are inherent. All of these things. And this was part of this quantum shift that I'm experiencing, is this remembering as well of all of these things. I spoke about this a little bit on my Instagram, but I had this realization about how that when we are born, consciously, and probably unconsciously more so, because we're not necessarily aware of what's going on when we're born, but as we enter into this world, we know it's an expectation that we are to be fed, clothed, provided for, nourished, and always have everything that we need, always. And that there's never a limit of it, that we're always provided for. And it's in this coming into the world, and then we start like seeing things, and you know, again, if you believe in things like soul lessons and what we're here to learn, that then things start presenting itself to us of lessons that perhaps we still need to learn. But at our baseline, we are abundant. We live in an abundant universe. Literally, like, it's everywhere. Like, I think about like how like grass grows. Like, you plant a seed of grass and then it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And even in the seasons where it's not growing, it's still there. And I think about how we are not separate from any of this. We're part of this nature. We're part of this universe. We are the universe itself, expressing itself through this vessel individually. And all these little fragments of us through different iterations make us our unique selves. Just like nature in itself is unique and beautiful. And we are part of that force with the seasons, how we move, how we express, but we are abundant in ourselves. We just expect that. Nature just expects to just do its thing. It doesn't think, oh, I can't do that because I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of being a beautiful flower. What? No. No. You are the flower. You're the tree, you're the grass, you're the sea, you're the river, you're the mountain. You're all of it. You're worthy of being all of it. You already are. And it's in this remembering that you start shifting timelines, that you remember who you are, that your gifts are inherent too. Let me remind you of that. You are born with these gifts. You don't earn them. They're not given to you. They're just there. They're built into you. They're coded into you in the most beautiful, unique way. and you bring them online through life experiences, through different things happening in your life. And sometimes it's going through the polarity that helps bring these gifts online. But actually, it's my vision that we remember our soul gifts without having to go through the mud. And if we have been through the mud, that's okay. It's what makes us human. But we don't have to keep wading through the mud to discover our soul gifts. We can just go and find them. Maybe with a little bit of guidance, a bit of reflection, some meditation, some journaling, some tarot cards, maybe astrology readings, a coach, whatever it is. But my point is that when you get so real with yourself, with your soul gifts, and think about what it is, what patterns have played out in your life, and what lights you up, what brings you so much joy that you just cannot wait to do more of. That's your soul literally whispering, these are your gifts. You're gifted at this. I'll share an example. Like, ever since I was a little kid, this is so funny. Ever since I was a little kid, I like to talk. The second I could speak, I would. I've been talking since the second I learned how to do it. And even before then, I was very vocal. Apparently, I would do a lot of screaming and crying when I was a baby. And I was babbling a lot. You know, any noise I could make, I would. And then the second I learned how to talk, I wouldn't stop. My mum tells this story that she would literally have to say to me, Molly, take a breath. Because I would speak until my eyes would run. Like, it would be like streaming tears down my face because I'd be like, because I didn't want to stop talking. Because I love to talk. I love to express myself through my voice. I love having conversations with people about topics that light me up. I love seeing other people animated in conversation about things that light them up. It's beautiful. And it's something that I just do. And I do effortlessly. And I could do all day. And sometimes I do. And I realize that this is one of my gifts. And it's me sharing this story with you to remind you that some of the things that you are doing, you don't even realize are your gifts. Maybe it's that you can literally throw a meal together by just looking at ingredients. And you're just like, boom, 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 boom. And then you create a masterpiece on a plate. That's a gift. That's a gift that wants to be shared. Maybe, you know, you can write poetry that is so moving, that brings someone else's whole soul online. It really sparks a remembering in someone where they go, oh my gosh, and like it sparks an emotion that someone perhaps had in their body that they just wanted to release. Maybe it's that you can decorate spaces that make people feel at home. You know, it's all of these beautiful things. And in remembering our gifts and getting so straight with ourselves about where we're giving our energy away from the most loving place possible, and really starting to dial that back in. And practicing as well and being patient. My gosh, like, again, we can do some of these things like boof, locked in, changed overnight, it's done. Sometimes these things take a little bit of time. But as these things compound and we build and build and build and build, and then boof, shift, it's done. You're like, what? When did I get here? When did this happen? How did I do? What? Suddenly you start seeing the results that you've been asking to be called in. Because you got so focused with your own thing, with your own energy as well. I'm not saying as well that we just keep pushing. That's not what this is about. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But really focusing on where our energy is just flowing in abundance. Again, that abundant universe. Where does your energy flow in abundance? Where is it that your most joy is expressed? Where you feel the most love? Where you're just like, I could do this all day. Somebody bring me a biscuit so that I can just munch on this, but I am going to keep going. You know? It's just playing with these things and listening to what your body is saying to you. Resting when your body is asking for rest. That's another thing during a quantum shift. You might find yourself being a little bit sleepy, a little bit tired. Because you are literally just reorienting your whole energy. Your cells of your body are just recalibrating. And it's fun. It is fun. It's a trip. But it is, when you can look at it from that perspective, take a step back and observe what is happening, the whole process becomes a lot more interesting and a lot more beautiful. So, as I close out the first ever video episode of this podcast, I just want to invite you to tap into your body, really pay attention to what your body is communicating with you, and to just honor the ride. Honor the emotions that come up, they are messengers. Pay attention to what is dropping away. And if there needs to be a little bit of a grieving process, then absolutely allow yourself to feel that. That's okay. You're literally saying goodbye to an identity that's no longer going to be online. It's okay to grieve that process. But as you move through these waves, oh my gosh, on the other side, unfathomable beauty and just freedom. Literally, just freedom. It's pretty cool. I'm very excited. And I'm very excited to keep document what's going on for me in this process. And I'm sharing little more snippets of it and shorter videos of it over on my Instagram. So if you want to come and check out that, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description. And if you're interested in one-on-one support, I also offer coaching in this arena as well. I specialize in subconscious freedom work. And we talk about your energies and we talk about your big dreams and visions that you have for this life. And I hold that vision for you. Because that is one of my other gifts, is that I see your vision and I can hold it with you. Because I know when someone says, this is what I want to do, I'm like, let's go do it. So, with that, I just wanted to thank you so much for your time here today. It's been an honor. I'm so buzzing that we got to do this on video. I'm going to go finish my coffee now as well, because I've been holding it the whole time and I didn't drink any of it and it's kind of cold. But that's okay. I've got an abundance of coffee. I'll go and make more. It's okay. But I want to thank you so much for being here. Honestly, it's such an honor and I am beyond thrilled that I get to do this. I'm going to probably say this every single time I record this, but it is beyond an honor that I get to share this work with you, that I get to speak on this platform, and that you're here and you're listening. Honestly, what a gift. It's beautiful. So, I'm going to love you and leave you for now, but I will catch you on the next one. And I haven't done this sign off for a little while, but it feels like it wants to come through. So I want to say, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.